Welcome to Before the Bell, the WBC World Title Face-Offs, the digital version. I am Joe Comerford, content creator, commentator, and host of the WBC World Title Face-Offs online. Thank you for joining us. Today we have a very special episode. This is for the super lightweight world title on the 28th of February. We have a four-time world champion and a European WBC Muay Thai champion challenging for the super lightweight world title. Well, ladies, I'm going to get you to introduce yourself. I might go to the challenger first. Sigrid, can you introduce yourself? Who are you and why Muay Thai? Why have you chosen this sport?
My name is Sigrid. I'm from Estonia, in Tallinn. I started doing Muay Thai because I'm a really competitive person. I've done like the team sports like football, basketball, volleyball, everything, but I don't like to depend on other people. So in the ring, I only depend on myself, and that's how I got hooked to Muay Thai. Like I can compete, I can be alone in the ring with my opponent, and it just feels like me.
Excellent. I mean, it is one of the most well, in my opinion, the best sport in the world. Super competitive sport, and I think it takes some of the best performing athletes in the world to be in this sport. Now, Zoe, just going over to you. Who are you and why Muay Thai?
So my name is Zoe Putorak. I'm the four-time WBC World Champion. And why Muay Thai? Because I love it. It suits my personality to a T. I have no problem with being aggressive. I have no problem with violence. And it's just fun to be able to get into the ring and just smash it out with someone.
Now, before we get really into the crux of, the conversation about the world title and the lead up to the fight, I think one of the most important things to ask you both is not only physically, but how are you mentally? I mean, being a fighter, well, in a previous life, I'm definitely not in that physique these days, but I know the mental strain that goes into being a fighter and being in fight camp and continuously training, probably not at your level, but how are you both feeling right now? I'll go to Sigrid first. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great. I'm getting so much feedback that I'm in the best shape of my life, and that really like gives my ego a boost. Training's been well, everything's been going so well, and I'm just waiting for the fight.
I mean, you must be eager to get in there and not only doing it at home, but also flying internationally. That's it's a big step to be able to go across the world in this step of your career. How's that feeling about having not only a world title shot, but doing it internationally on international turf?
It's a thrilling. It's great. I haven't been so far. I've been to Thailand twice for the World Championships, but I've never been to Australia. I'm excited to go there. I'm excited to fight, but the one thing I hate is flying. So it's gonna be a long trip.
Well, especially from Europe, so make sure you get a good sleep on the plane there.
Of course, yes.
Now, Zoe, how are you feeling mentally, not just physically, for this one?
Oh, mentally awesome. When it comes to fighting, I think fighting is probably about 90% mental game. And I know no one can crush my mentality. I've been put through the ringer. I've been training for 18 years, fighting for 15 as well. So I've had a really long time to develop my mental game, and each fight, it just gets stronger and stronger. So I'm really keen to get into the ring. I've been training really hard and just put it all into practice.
Awesome. Now, I'll just go over to Sigrid. I want to get some of your backstories and get into the psychology of both of you, of what it takes to fight at this level. Now, Sigrid, before title belts and the journey that has got you to this point right now, what keeps you in this sport when it gets hard? I mean, it is one of the hardest sports in the world. What keeps you in it when it does get hard?
I think the people around me, because sometimes I feel like I'm tired. Why do I do this? But I'm surrounded by Muay Thai people and fighters all the time, and they say it's okay to feel like this. Just take a break, take a breather, and have like the greatest people around me. Also, my coach, who has been with me since day one. I started training under him, and 8 years later, I'm still under him, and he just keeps pushing me. I'm like his first like professional fighter. He has had like a few more, but I'm the one who's like stayed. With me, he also like no Chase has a coach, so we're like a team, and we push each other, and that's what keeps me going.
I think that's a really amazing worldview. You know, in fighting, we often say, you know, it's only you in the ring, but it really is that team that gets behind you to push you there. It is a community effort. And, you know, from my experience, and I'm sure you guys can attest to this, that the community that we have in this sport is really beautiful. And I mean, the WBC are doing great things of building that community as well. But, you know, it really does take a village to get behind you to build you up to this point. And I think that's a really beautiful story as well. You know, you're talking about your trainer, you're his first professional athlete, and taking you from the beginning to now getting to that world contention level is amazing. Like, must be an achievement for him. How do you think he feels about all of this?
He was a boxer also, but his career cut short, so he lives his dreams through me, and I'm happy for that. When there's like amateur fights in Estonia, he's like, I put you on the list. Like, oh okay, let's go. He pushes me, I push him, and we just click together. Like, I've never thought about changing my coach.
Now, Sigrid, you're known as the Terminator. You know, I've seen clips of you walking in the ring as the T800 with the sunnies on.
Yeah.
I like that. Is that something that you're naturally known for, or something that you've had to become?
When I first started fighting, I had like a 5-0 or 6-0 like record, and I finished people, and my coach's friends and my family just started calling me Terminator. I didn't come up with myself. People just started calling me that around me, and then it just stuck, and now I am the Terminator.
Well, I suppose it's good because whenever you're coming through a hard fight, you can just always go back to the corner and say, "I'll be back." One of those.
Yeah.
You know, and the good thing is for social media, you got plenty of room to have cheesy one-liners on there as well, so it's good. Now you're just coming off the WBC European title. Mentally, what's different about this to coming off the European title? I mean, now you're coming up to a world title fight. That's a huge step. How does this feel in comparison to moments before the WBC European title?
It feels like a dream. Like, it doesn't feel real, but I'm getting there. It's every day. It's getting closer. I'm so excited. And the difference between like the European title and the world title is like it's one step up, like from European to world, and also it's not like in my hometown or like my home country. Here I had like a whole arena screaming my name, but now it's just me, my coach, and also a few Estonians coming there also.
Well, I mean, we've seen, you know, a few Estonian breakthroughs. I mean, like last night on RWS, you would have seen Marie Rumey, you know, stepping up for the 112 Raja title. So it must be massive for you to be able to represent your country on the world stage, and now at, you know, the WBC world contention level. That are you feeling proud to represent Estonia at this level?
Oh yes. I want to put my name and my country on the map. That Estonia is just not a small Baltic country. That we do big things. We have great Muay Thai fighters. We have great athletes. I just want to be the one that represents it in Muay Thai.
Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, this is the thing, you know, the bringing the world of Muay Thai together, and hearing athletes talk about how proud they are to represent their countries is such a beautiful thing. Now, Zoe, just going over to you, at this point in your career, 4-time world champion, Why do you keep showing up? I mean, you've already got a solid legacy underneath you. Why do you keep showing up to keep putting your body on the line for this?
My legacy is not done building. That's the thing. We keep on working towards it. This isn't the world title isn't the end all and be all, right? It's we gotta keep on working. We have to keep going towards what we can do next. Okay. So I've won it 4 times. This will be my 5th time fighting for it. So as long as I'm fighting, I'm planning on keeping that title. So I keep on fighting, keep on building that legacy, and I just go from there. I keep turning up because I love it. The quality of girls getting better, wonderful. That pushes me to be better. As long as everyone's building up, I'm also building up too, creating a good legacy for myself, for my team, for my coach as well.
Now, as you said, you've already defended the belt 4 times. You know, it must be up there in terms of records of title defenses. What does being a champion mentally mean that people don't see? That, you know, often people will only see the success, but what are you going through day to day that people don't see?
Man, all the hard work, and you go on about the training load, and of course you have to train hard to be a champion. You have to eat well to be a champion. You have to do all these extra little things. You've got to be early. If you're on time, you're late. You have to have everything organized. You sacrifice things. You miss out on funerals. You miss out on weddings. You miss out on things that happen in life. And I'm not going to miss out on these things for nothing, you know? So to make sure that I become the champion that I know I am, I have to sacrifice these things, but it's also a privilege to be able to do this as well, to put my life into what I love.
Now, you're known as being very confident, you know, Zoe, my way. You know, my way is a very strong statement, even in the nickname. You're taking on the Terminator, which is another strong persona. Zoe, you come off as very confident. Is that something that you protect or something that just naturally exists now that you're a champion?
It, to be honest, it's naturally just existed since I was a kid. I've just always been a confident person. I was raised to be confident. I was raised to use my voice, speak with my chest. And so then coming into Muay Thai, where it's a sport where you have to be confident, you have to back yourself. It's something that just fits with me very well. My coach actually gave me my fight name, My Way. So my favorite Frank Sinatra song is I Did It My Way, right? And we were listening to it one day and he goes, you know what? That should be your name because you do shit your way. No matter what someone says, you always do it your way. Doesn't matter what they're doing. And so that's how it came about.
Now, going over to, and I love Frank Sinatra, by the way, Fly Me to the Moon, one of my favorite songs. Now, just looking at the confidence, the other side of confidence can sometimes be pressure. Now, Sigrid, because you're stepping up to what world title contention, you're taking on what could be seen as a veteran in the sport, 4 title defenses. Are you feeling pressure coming in as a challenger? Like, I do believe that you both know each other. You've met each other internationally, and you know, there's a bit of friendliness between you, which there should always be. You know, sportsmanship. But are you feeling pressure coming in as the challenger, or are you feeling a bit of freedom because the belt isn't yours yet, but you're stepping up?
Yes, I feel confident because when I come, I have nothing to lose. I only have gain. Only have something to gain. Even if I lose, I still get to represent my country in a bigger country. Estonia is just a small country in this big world, and I'm just happy to represent my country. And also, sometimes it's like good to fight outside of the country because like there's nobody you know there. So if you do something, nobody's gonna know.
And I mean, I suppose that's one of the things, right? You are at the level now where you have to fight internationally. You've probably come through everybody in Estonia, now fighting at world championship level. You've been through, I mean, you've gone from the European title now to the world title contention. You've run through out of options in your weight division. So are you excited for this chance to not only go internationally, but, you know, really prove yourself against somebody who has time and time proven themselves to be not only the best at the moment, but potentially, you know, 4-time world champion? Says a lot. Are you excited to try and prove yourself that you can snatch this chance away?
Oh yes, of course. I'm so ready. I've been ready since I got the European title. I knew that I'm gonna get a chance to fight for the world title, and I've been like training myself since then, like mentally, like this is gonna happen. I'm gonna manifest it. I'm gonna train for it, and now it's here.
Now, just coming to coming to Zoe, when you look at Sigrid as a challenger, what do you see?
In her style.
Everything coming in as a challenger, somebody who's coming from what we see as a smaller country, but proven herself on the international stage for the European title. What do you see sitting across you? Well, I mean, not sitting across you. We're on the internet, but but what do you see in style, in mentality, in confidence?
Mm-hmm. I do see her as someone who is young and hungry and wanting to prove herself 100%. And I do think that day will come for her, but for this title, it won't happen. I think her time will come, but not just yet.
Sigrid, do you have a response to that when you look across at Zoe, a long reigning champion? Do you see someone you need to chase or someone you need to solve?
I think we'll see on the 28th of February.
Excellent. Now, guys, in terms of, we won't go too much into game plan because, you know, you want to kind of let that solve itself out in the actual fight. What's one thing that you genuinely respect about each other? So I'll just go over to Zoe first. What's something that you really genuinely respect about Sigrid?
Seeing how active that she is. I see, you know, follow each other on Instagram, seeing her post up about her fights, fighting on the league, and that I do respect that. I think that's great. Get your fights in, get your fights your experience, get as much as you can in that ring, and keep on trying to build up.
You know, I think that's a really important point that you make there for not only, you know, championship level, but all fighters is getting that consistent experience. I mean, if people are watching this and we can take something away from this, if you're looking to get to this level, that's something that you have to do. You have to be consistent. You have to be active. Now, Sigrid, just going over to you, what's something that you genuinely respect about Zoe?
I respect her confidence. Like a lot of fighters, a lot of females don't have the confidence that she has. Even like males don't have such confidence as she has. So her confidence is great. It's like, I don't know how to explain it in English, but I'm just gonna say that her confidence is the one thing that I appreciate and I admire.
Now, just looking at, you know, you both are very respectful, both confident in your own right. What is something different that you both bring to this sport in terms of the other person? What's something different that you think you might have an advantage over the other person? So I might just go to Sigrid first. What do you think something different about you that works to your advantage? And I don't want to talk too much about, you know, game plans or style, but what's something that works to your advantage that you think you might have over Zoe?
I think what she said, that I'm young, I'm hungry. I've done this sport only 8 years compared to her. Title fight is outside, like in a different continent. So I have to prove myself there. I have to represent my country to be I want to only leave good behind there for me and for my country. So I'm really hungry for that belt.
I love that. You know, like the mentality of being hungry, you've got nothing to lose. You know, that is often when we look at fights, it's sometimes it does come down to that factor of who wants it more. You know, I watch fight probably over 1,000 fights a year and call, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fights per year. And it's one of the defining factors of sometimes it just comes down to who wants it more. Now, going over to Zoe, what do you think is the advantage that you possess over Sigrid in this case? I mean, she just said she's hungry. She's got nothing to lose. What do you think you possess over her that keeps you holding on to that legacy?
I have the experience behind me. I've got 10 years experience of training added onto hers. I know that my mentality is far stronger than hers. It's far stronger than anyone, really, when it comes to fighting. That's what separates me from anyone else. I know how to play the game. I know how to win. I know how to change it up. And I think that's what gives me the leg up, because I know she hasn't fought anyone like me. I know how to change it when it needs to be changed.
Now, in some of your fights, Zoe, we've seen you methodically break people down. At what point in a fight do you try to mentally break your opponent?
Sometimes they do it for you. And you don't even need to. When you step into the ring, you can see in someone's eyes, you can see if they're there or not. Then we just go round by round and we see how we go. Just keep to the game plan, keep to doing what you're doing, and then we start to chip away at it.
Now, just going to Sigrid, you know, that's a big part of this as well, is the psychology of fighting. You've got incredible resilience. I mean, we've seen that throughout your career. We saw that with the WBC European title. Do you bring that toughness? Do you bring that resilience, that determination, that durability at world contention level?
Yes, of course. Otherwise, I wouldn't be determined.
Exactly. You know, I think this is a really, really interesting fight between the both of you. Now, who do championship rounds belong to? The ones with better conditioning or the ones with better decision making? Or is it all in the mind? Is it not just about skills that pay the bills? Is it who has the mind to get the job done? I'll just throw the question over to the championship holder. So, Zoe, who do championship rounds belong to? Ones with better conditioning, ones with better heart, or decision making?
Need all of it. You can't just have one without the other. You need to have that trifecta going.
So you think it's a holistic thing, not just the ticker, right?
Not just one or the other. If you need a heart, 100%. If you have no heart, you know, you're not going to win, but you also need to have skill. You need to have the rounds in the bank for the cardio. You need to be strong for it. So you need to have everything. Then when everything starts to drop, you get that little bit tired, then your heart can come through.
Now, just going over to Sigrid, what do you think? Who do you think championship rounds belong to? People with phenomenal conditioning or decision making? Is it down to IQ, or do you think it's down to heart?
I think the same answer as Zoe. You need all of them. You need stamina to go through them. You need heart that you want it. You need everything. You need power. You need to prove yourself in those last rounds.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. If you want to get to world title level, you have to have everything. Skills to pay the bills, the conditioning, not only that, the ticker. And that's what both these women possess. Now, if we just look at styles now, styles make fights. And this is certainly stylistically a fight that I want to see. If you could describe your opponent's style, how would you describe it? So I'll go to Zoe first. How would you describe Sigrid's style?
I'd say aggressive, not traditionally Thai, a little bit more kickboxing, but nothing wrong with that.
And what about you, Sigrid? How would you describe Zoe?
She's more Thai style, long reach and elbow hunter.
And I'm assuming that you are both making adjustments and strategies to counter both these styles. And I don't want to get into it, what you're going to bring into it, because I'll let people decide for themselves on the day, and they should go and watch the fight. Now, if you could describe the hardest part of fighting, you've got both very different styles. You know, you've got Sigrid, who possesses this high volume, high intensity style where I would feel that, Zoe, you're very methodical and very calculated in the way that you approach fighting. What do you think the hardest part of countering each other's style would be? So I might go to Zoe first.
The hardest part of countering Sigrid style, sorry.
Yes. Yep.
Well, we do have quite apples and oranges sort of style, but with every pro, there's a con, all right? So with lots of strength, maybe the speed drops. Maybe with the speed, the power drops sort of thing. So we just got to play and see which one will win.
Okay, and I'll go to Sigrid. What do you think? What do you think might be the hardest part of fighting a Thai stylist?
I think I just have to avoid the elbows, avoid clinching, and I'll be good.
Now, we'll just go into what you're bringing into this fight, not only just mentally, but what do you want the audience to understand about you after this fight? And I'll just go to Sigrid first. So you're going to get a lot of new fans in Australia. What do you want, not only Australian fans, but fans around the world to understand about you after this fight?
That I come from a small country. We don't have as many opportunities maybe as other countries, and that just a small country like Estonia can make great and powerful fighters.
Awesome. I mean, we're starting to really see that, breakthroughs like yourself and other athletes on the world stage. Zoe, what's something that you want fans around the world to understand about you after this fight?
I think I want them to understand about me is that it doesn't matter who you throw in front of me, I'll always conquer.
Now, just looking at that huge statement there, do you guys have anything to say to each other before the 28th of February? I mean, it's going to be a phenomenal fight. It's in Canberra, and it's Australia's capital. It's going to be a huge show. Do you guys have anything to say to each other before you meet in the ring? I'll go to Sigrid. Do you have anything to say to Zoe before you meet on the 28th of February?
Be prepared, and I'll see you in 3 weeks.
Zoe, do you have anything to say?
Hope you got health insurance with your travel cover.
I'm sweating in my seat here, and it's not only just because my air conditioner's broken. I mean, we're starting to bring up the heat. I normally don't do this kind of thing, but this is, I mean, this is awesome between the both of you. After the fight, after everything's done, irrespective of the result, will you guys be meeting for a handshake and a meat pie afterwards?
I hope so.
Why not? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the beautiful thing about the sport. We've just heard two massive statements about, being prepared and needing health insurance. But, we can all shake hands and be friends after. Anything you guys want to say to the fans at home? People who have supported you, and where can they find you online? Any of that sort of stuff. So Sigrid, anything you want to say to the fans before we go to world title contention?
I invite everybody to come and watch this WBC World Title fight. I invite all of Estonians that are in Australia to come and support me, and also everyone to buy a pay-per-view in Estonia and watch us fight.
What do you want to say to the fans?
Yeah, so anyone who's watching in Australia near Canberra, please come on down to the Capital Combat Pro Series. If you can't make it there is that live stream, so make sure you get onto it. I want to say thank you very much to my support system who have been around me for this camp, preparing me. So Lee Fook, my coach, Sabai Muay Thai, and Benny Wilson, my stablemate as well. So thank you for helping support me and get me ready for this fight.
Now, one last question. What does the WBC green and gold beauty mean to you? The world strap, the green and gold strap. Sigrid, what does the green and gold beauty mean to you?
It's been my dream since I started doing going pro, and to me, I'll be the first Estonian to get this belt, like the world title belt.
Amazing, amazing. And Zoe, what about you? I mean, you've already hold it on your shoulder 4 times now. What does it mean to you?
It means everything to me to continue winning my belt. I absolutely love that thing, and I'll always have it.
Wow, big statements here. You've heard it on Before the Bell. Ladies, thank you for joining me on Before the Bell, the WBC World Title Face-Off. We're building a lot of momentum here at the WBC World Title level. Ladies and gentlemen, you can check out this fight the 28th of February in Australia, Capital Combat Pro Series, Fishwick in the ACT, the Australian Capital Territory. If you're not there, you're going to be square. Zoe, I do believe that the live stream will be on livecombatsports.com.au, correct?
Correct, that is correct.
So you can check that out on livecombatsports.com.au for the world title. Zoe, My Way Putorak, will be defending her title for the 5th time. She'll be taking on the Terminator, Sigrid from Estonia, who has just come off a WBC European title, now stepping up to world title contention. As I said, if you're not there, you're going to be square. I'm Joe Comerford. This is Before the Bell. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.